everyone and welcome to the first day of my vlog for a month. I woke up a lot later than I wanted to today. I didn't get to sleep last night until about 2. I tried to get to sleep about 12 but it just wasn't happening, so consequently I'm now awake a lot later than I wanted to be. I now have to leave work in about an hour and 15 minutes. I did want to read this morning but obviously I got up late, so I haven't managed that, so that's really annoying. But I will read at work, but obviously I'm at work so I can't film, so I shall just have to update you tonight. Hi everyone, so I thought I would check in before I go to work. So it is now like 20 to 1 and I'm about to leave to head to the library to pick up the graphic novel before I have work. So I have managed to edit my announcement video and upload that, so that is now done, which I'm really pleased about. I also tidied my room, so the floor is now majority tidy, made my bed, etc, etc. Yeah, I'm kind of slightly annoyed because I requested these books from the library probably like a week ago now, and one of them is in transit to my local library, so I'm not going to do anything with that. But then the other one isn't in transit at all, and there's like 6 available, and there is actually one in the main library in the centre, so I think I'm going to go by there to try and hunt it down and pick it up, and then I'll just cancel my reservation to come to my local library. I should have just probably checked in the first place, but I wasn't sure where the libraries were, so I didn't bother looking. I should have done, because now I have no books to currently read when the readathon started, so that's a bit annoying. Also, I did say in my TBR that I'm gonna listen to Clash of Kings, the Game of Thrones series, but I haven't finished Game of Thrones yet, so I need to do that. Hopefully I can finish that today. Let me just check on how many hours I have left. So I have 6 hours of Game of Thrones left on Audible. I need to listen to that as soon as possible so I can get on to Clash of Kings, and then the other 3 books I'm getting from the library, so haven't got those either. So currently I have nothing to read for Tome, Topple, which is great going. I do have to read some of oh my god, I poked myself in the eye. Some of Saving Sophie today, as I'm reading this with my mum, and she keeps reading ahead, so I have quite a lot to catch up on this today. I think she's almost finished, so I need to read that. Also started Daughter of a Burning City with Jade last night, and we read every night together. We only managed 1 chapter. It was quite slow going, but yeah, I need to leave and get to work and go to the library, blah blah blah, and I shall check in with you guys later when I get home. Hi, so I just got in from work and it is now 10 to 10 in the evening. I missed one of the buses, so I had to get the next one, which kind of sucks. But anyway, I'm home now. I've put some food on in the oven. I've got into my pajamas, and I thought I would update you before I have my food and get into bed and read a little bit more. So I did manage to pick up the graphic novel from the library today, and this is the biggest thing I've ever seen. Not even my books from uni are this big. This is huge. But this is Blankets by Craig Thompson, and I am now page 122, which I think is how many pages. I wanted to read 120 to 150 pages a day of the graphic novels to get through them for the Tome Topple. I did also then pick up Saving Sophie whilst I was at work, but I didn't manage much of this. I think I managed 8 pages or something, and I now need to get up to 329, I think, because my mum is currently up to there and I am on page 283, so I've got about 50 pages to catch up, and then tomorrow's 30 pages as well. This really needs to be my priority, to be honest. Obviously you can't let down a buddy, and me, my mum as well. I don't feel kind of bad letting her down. I know she really wants to talk about it, so I really need to catch up, but she keeps getting ahead of herself. We're already way ahead of where we should be, so it's not entirely my fault. I also, on my way to work, listened to the Game of Thrones audiobook. I think I now only have 5 hours left of that. I did manage to listen to an hour or so whilst I was on my way to work and went to the library. As always, I am going to pick up my book with Jade. I don't know how much we're going to be reading. We managed a chapter last night. Usually we read 3. We managed 24 pages though, which was kind of good. But it is literally taking us so long to get through this. That took us more than the normal amount of time it would take us to read. it's a lot to take in. There's like lots of character names and place names and all of that kind of stuff, and then like what all of the characters are, all that kind of stuff. So there's just, yeah, a lot to take in. So like trying to understand the story, she kind of like jumps right in there, so that's kind of difficult. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, and welcome to this wonderful Sunday afternoon. It is now 20 past 2 in the afternoon, and I didn't film a single thing yesterday. Last time I filmed was Friday evening, I think. I woke up on Saturday morning and had to go to work and was really tired and didn't bother filming. And then last night I got in from work at about 5. I like napped for like 2 hours and then made some dinner and then ended up chatting and hanging out with my housemates. So I thought I would check in now to let you know what I've been doing since and where I have read to. Don't think I read any of Saving Sophie yesterday whilst I was at work, because it's kind of quite a dense book, and it was quite hard to read at work. So I've now only got that little amount left to go. I'm going to read this afternoon because my mum has now finished the story and she really wants to talk to me about it. So that is all I have. Well, I'd like to say that is all I have left, but there's quite a lot left there. I'm on page 283 and there is 380 something pages, so I have about 100 pages to read this afternoon, so that is going to be great fun. Then I did read Blankets yesterday though, which is the graphic novel I'm reading for the Tome Topple event, readathon, whatever you want to call it, and I am now at page 290 and there is like 550 odd pages, 60-80 pages in there, so I'm about halfway. You can't see me. I'm about halfway through Blankets, and I might try and finish this weekend or take it. I'm not working tomorrow until 5, so that's Monday. I think I might try and finish it by the end of Monday and then take it back to the library maybe. I also want to see where my other graphic novel has got to, because it is still hasn't arrived at my local library, so I want to see what's going on with that. Oh, I've also almost listened to the most of the Game of Thrones now, so I've almost finished all of that, so I can almost start Clash of Kings. Let's have a look to see where I've got to on there. So I only have 3 hours and 12 minutes left of the Game of Thrones audiobook. Hopefully I can finish that at some point, probably by the end of tomorrow as well. So I have just finished Saving Sophie and it is now 7:45 at night and I haven't eaten my dinner. I haven't made dinner and I've just been reading this for like the past 2 hours, maybe a bit less, no, maybe a bit more. I had about 100 pages left and I've just finished, and there were so many twists and turns in this book towards the end, and I don't even know what to say that won't like completely spoil this book, but the pacing in this book was so good. I really enjoyed it. The epilogue was very good. And usually like they're just a bit irritating in a book, but like this was like, oh, okay, that was pretty good. And the ending, like just the whole last like 80 pages more, like probably the last like 100 to be fair, there was just so much happening, like all of the information then just like was spilling out. I'm so glad I read it and it was like £1. Hi everyone, it has been a few days since I have checked in and I feel kind of bad. I am 3. It is now like Thursday, yeah, we're on Thursday, and it is now like 11 p.m. at night. I've just been really busy, but I'm going to make sure I carry on because I'm gonna do this and I will do it. So since I last spoke to you, I have finished Blankets by Craig Thompson and I really did enjoy it. I wasn't hugely satisfied with the ending. It just kind of stopped and I was a bit annoyed, and I guess it is a story of Craig Thompson's life, so I guess if that's where his life is up until now, then you can't really say much else. But yeah, it was a bit not satisfying, but I'll definitely talk about it more in my wrap up for the month. I also collected Gemina from the library, so I'm going to start that soon. I'm thinking about doing the Reading Quest readathon that starts slightly before the Tome Topple finishes. It's like they lap over for 2 days. I think it starts on like Sunday or Monday. So I think I might hold off reading this so I can read it for like both. I haven't decided yet. This other graphic novel still hasn't arrived at my library, so I'm still waiting for that one, which is really annoying. I've been reading some more of Daughter of a Burning City with Jade, so we're like that much through. We've just got to like chapter 9, I think. We've done tonight's reading, getting in the swing of it now, and it's getting more interesting. So me and Jade are going to try and finish this one as quickly as possible because we both want to do the reading quest, and it only counts for like books you haven't started yet. So we need to finish that as soon as possible so we can buddy read. Oh, I've also finished Game of Thrones audiobook, so I'm now going to move on to a Clash of Kings audiobook, so I'm really glad that I finished that. It feels really rewarding, I think, because it's just been on my TBR like constantly for so long. So I think that is what I have to say. I'm so tired and I need to go to bed. I shall see you in the morning. Hi everyone, so it is now Friday afternoon. I thought I would check in because I have a bit of a problem, because I kind of want to read Gemina, but I want to save it for like when the reading quest starts, because I don't think I'll be able to finish it in time for the reading quest and start like another book, and it doesn't count for the reading quest unless you've like started it and finished it in the reading quest time. So I kind of want to wait until Sunday to start it. Then obviously then like Tome Topples, then like taking a bit of a backfall. Not then reading for Tome Topple at the moment because my graphic novel, I know once I can read through it really quickly and I'll be able to read for the Tome Topple, and hopefully I can finish Gemina within 13th to the 17th to then read it for both. But I just feel like at the moment I'm not reading for Tome Topple, and I feel like because they're big books I kind of need to. The problem that I have is that the graphic novel that I'm reading for the Tome Topple hasn't turned up at the library yet, so I'm still waiting for that. So I don't really know what I want to read at work today because I can't read Gemina, and like Roseblood just like isn't really catching my attention. It's kind of quite hard to read at work. I don't really want to take Roseblood, but then I'm not reading anything else at the moment. I guess I could just not read at all at work, but I feel like I should. I feel like I've done a lot of like not reading recently, but it's the problem of like not having this graphic novel. If I had that graphic novel then I'd feel a lot more positive. But right now I have a little bit of a reading situation going on. But yeah, I'll probably check in tonight and let you know what I actually did. I'll check in later. Bye guys.